What's up, guys? So today's video is going to be 10 shit tests you need to pass in 2025, okay? Now, more than ever, you're going to get tested by these women that you're dealing with, okay? And it's not just going to be one or two times. It's going to be almost on a daily basis. You're going to see some of these tests. And it's up to you to take it in stride and pass them, because you can see this as like, oh, the girl's playing games and whatnot, but in reality, these are just things that are kind of deal breakers for a lot of girls, and they like to find out early on and throughout the relationship if you're gonna stay that stoic guy, or if you're gonna not pass these tests, and eventually she's gonna get sick of you and leave. So let's get right into this. Number one is going to be, she's gonna try to change you. And what I mean by this is she's going to say things like, oh, I wish you would text me more. Don't go to certain, places where there's women. She's going to ask you to shave your beard because she likes clean shaven. She's going to say, don't go to the gym so much. Basically, she's going to try to change things that you used to do when you first met her. Like, you met her when you had the beard. You met her when you were going to the gym a lot. You met her when you went to those certain places where there were women frequenting. And, when she says things like, text me more, when you used to text her like, once or twice a day, now she wants you texting her throughout the entire day. And that's just not who you are. You're a high value guy, you're busy, and you text when you feel like texting and no other time. If she says text me more and then you do, well, then you're cheapening your text. She's going to want you to text her less when you start texting her more. And that's what you're going to see with a lot of these, is they'll say something that they want, but they don't really want that at the end of the day. Okay, so withhold that attention. Don't change. She'll try to get you to change. It's up to you to not change, okay? Number two is going to be trashing things that you like, okay? For example, she's going to say something like, change your shirt, like, that's such an ugly shirt. And you have to just say, I love wearing ugly shirts. Like, oh, you're just jealous that you don't have this shirt. Change the song. You'll be playing a certain song that you like on the aux, and she'll say, oh, I hate this song. Like, can you change it, please? And you have to say, like, no, I love this song. This is one of my favorite songs, actually, and I would love to freaking listen to it right now. I'm jamming out. And just keep the song running. Keep jamming to it. She'll be pissed for like 30 seconds, and then she'll be like, damn, like, I guess he really does like this song. That restaurant sucks. You'll hear something like that, like, I don't want to go there, like, let's go here instead. Say, I really like this. I really like this restaurant. I'd love to just go there with you because, it's something I like, and I'm sure you'll find something that you like there. And yeah, she'll have to follow your lead and never let a girl trash on the things you like, because, hey, they're the things you friggin' like. So if you can't stand your ground on things that you like, then what's the point of even being you? There isn't any point, okay? Number three is going to be the overcompensation test. So she's going to test you in ways to see if you'll overcompensate. So for example, say you're like walking out on a night out, she's maybe in high heels or something, she's gonna say, my feet hurt, can you carry me? Now, you'll see like a romance novel or a romance movie where, of course you're gonna carry her, right? That's like the manly thing to do. And I've done it before myself, trust me. Like, there's a time and a place, but if she's constantly asking you to do these things and you're doing it every time, that's gonna make you seem like you're willing to just bend the knee and just do whatever she asks. And in that same way, she's going to say something like, can you hold my purse? And that, I will say, is something I've never done. If you ask me to hold your purse, I'm going to say, the ground can hold it better than I can. But I mean, really, women love to test you in these ways to see if you'll be like a little slave boy, and you need to not do that. So don't carry her, don't hold her purse. Then she's also going to say something like, I really want XYZ, hoping that you'll say, oh, I'll get that for you. Oh, I want that Louis Vuitton belt. Oh, yeah, babe, I'll get that for you. Oh, you want it? Whatever my princess wants. No, never be that guy, or you're going to be the sugar daddy while she sleeps with Tyrone on the side, okay? Next, she's going to say something like, my ex used to. For example, my ex used to buy me XYZ. My ex used to take me to Cheesecake Factory every weekend. My ex used to buy me, concert tickets to my favorite shows. My ex used to take me to Six Flags 3 times a year. Things like that is her testing you to see if you will bend the knee and act the same way her ex did, in fear that she's going to leave you for her ex, okay? Never do something like that. What I like to say is, well, good thing I'm not a simp like your ex, okay? That shuts it down, shows some confidence. It shows that you're not willing to, just because someone treated you that way doesn't mean I have to. It does not mean I have to. And if you don't like it, boom, out the door, okay? Number 5 is going to be the open up too soon test, okay? Now, she's going to try to get you to tell her a secret. She's going to say, what's your body count? She's going to say, show me your exes. I've had so many girls ask me to show them pictures of my exes, and it's like, there's no benefit out of that. Either she's going to see the girl, see that she's less attractive, feel like she can do better than you, or she's going to see the girl, see that she's less attractive, and then be super insecure. So never show a girl your exes, never tell them your body count, because that's just not something she needs to know. Once again, it's just going to raise her insecurities if it's high and make her feel like you're inexperienced if it's low. Tell me a secret. Never open up too soon. Never tell the girl your secrets. You want it to be like a movie that's like 1,000 hours long. Maybe, fucking 100,000 hours. You want it to be like a movie that's 100,000 hours long. If she watches the movie and, you spoil it at the very start, do you think she's going to finish watching the whole 100,000 hours? No. She's going to stop watching after 20 minutes and saying, oh, I already know the whole story. I don't want to watch this. And you need to treat your life and your story the same way. Give very little over a long period of time. Okay. Number 6 is going to be, her test is going to be, she's going to walk away from you in a public space. Now, what she's trying to do is see if you're going to look like a lost puppy without her. You're kind of looking over, trying to find where she is. You're scared, you're not talking to anybody. Maybe she does this at a party to see if you'll interact with other people, or if you're just standing in the corner like a wallflower loser. And what you need to do instead is make it seem like you didn't even know she was gone. You're gonna keep your eyes focused on whatever you're focused on. You're gonna go talk to people, interact, be that fun, confident guy you are. And when she comes back, she's gonna realize, oh shit, like, I don't want to leave his side because look what he just did. He almost just got another girl when I left him. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much what she wants to see. She wants to see that you can hold your own without her. So she's going to walk away. You're going to see this from time to time. Obviously, there's certain girls that'll never do that, but there's a lot that will. Number 7 is going to be the, I hope you know we're not having tonight, okay? What they're testing to see is, are you going to change your vibe? Were you just joking and laughing and now you're kind of serious? Are you desperate for it? They're going to figure out real quick if that's all you showed up for. Are you desperate for it? Do you need it? And can you handle her setting boundaries? These are all important things for a relationship. Like, can you respect boundaries? Or are you going to get mad and butthurt because you didn't get your thing wet? So basically what you want to do is act like it's no big deal. Say, I wasn't expecting anything. Say, oh, it's funny that you thought I wanted it to go that far tonight. Like, are you crazy? I'm not that type of guy. I didn't think you were the type of girl that was going to try to get with me on the first date. Or whatever date it is, and just, you can play it to your advantage to where she's going to end up sleeping with you anyway, even though she says that. But if you shoot yourself in the foot, you're screwed, okay? Now, number 8 is going to be jealousy tests. So a lot of girls, you would hope, that's my girlfriend, they're not going to do this kind of stuff. But there's a lot of these types of girls, especially the hot ones, that will do this, okay? Because they get so much attention. And that's flirting with other guys right in front of you, okay? Now you're going to think, oh, it's alpha to confront her and say, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're disrespecting me. But no, you want to play it cool. Act like it doesn't matter. I would personally just go talk to a girl. Go talk to another girl that's just as attractive as her. You always want to just make shit even. When she's playing a game, you play a game. When she's doing this, you're doing that. Even it out. That way no one gets hurt. No one gets angry. There's never an imbalance, okay? Another one is she'll show you how many DMs she has and talk about what's in the DMs and expect you to get jealous and ask her to block all these guys. And she's just testing to see how weak you are. If you're the type of guy that's going to say, you need to block all those guys, you need to deactivate your Instagram, it's just not going to work. She's going to lose respect for you so fast, okay? Women want confident guys that are okay with knowing that these other guys are going to reach out because they're attractive women, but also knowing that you're the only one that has her. You're the only one that has her. So you can either keep it that way where you're the only one that has her, or be so insecure that she'll break up with you and now everybody has her, which is what you didn't want in the first place. Number 9 is going to be the leaving you unopened just because test, okay? So you might be having a good conversation. She might even still want to keep talking to you, but she'll leave you unopen just to see how you react. And what you don't want to do is double text. She's waiting to see, will he double text me? Will he fold and, reach out again saying, are you okay? Like, oh, you didn't respond? Question mark. Like, ghosting me? You never want to say that kind of stuff, okay? You want to pretend like it never happened. You want to not ever double text, so you're going to wait till she responds back to you, however many days that takes. And when she does come back, you never want to act like you noticed. You never want to say, oh, it's nice to hear from you after 10 years. Or, just stuff like that. You want to just pick it up right where you left it, like no time had passed, okay? And then, I had one girl in the past where she left me on red like a couple times within a week. And the second time she did it, I just decided to just block her. And like, I thought that was like such an alpha move. Like, oh, you're going to leave me on red, like blocked. And maybe some of you will think it still is. But looking back at it now, I realize that was just a test. That was a shit test to see if I would, get upset. And I did. You could say, oh, you blocked them. You're not upset. You just want to be respected. But no, like at the end of the day, you are upset. Okay. So to tie up that one, just let her leave you unopened and don't worry about it. Wait for her to reach back out. That's all you got to do. Number 10 is going to be the you have to win my friends over test. Now, this is one of my least favorite tests because if you fail, it's a very, very hard one to dig yourself out of. Because a lot of women, honestly and sadly, like to listen to society more than their actual own feelings, okay? Like a girl could really like you, but if all her friends hate you, like extremely hate you, for whatever their preconceived notions are about you, they're gonna eventually convince her that you're not the right person for her, no matter how good you do, okay? But what she's gonna be looking for is, does he seek approval of my friends? Is he becoming overly nervous? Like, are you starting to piss your pants because you need to impress her friends? Or are you like, just chill about it? You know, it's her friend. So obviously if they like her and you guys are dating, you should get along, right? And does he change the way he acts around my friends? There's some guys who go from, you know, that confident, cool guy who says, you know, what he wants to say. And then when they get around their friends, they start people pleasing and being this guy that they're not, okay? The way I do it is I act how I act always, no matter what. I say my edgy jokes. I say whatever the hell I want to say. And typically, you know, if they get the humor, they love me. If they don't, they unfortunately get butthurt and they don't like me. But at the end of the day, she saw that I didn't change. And that's the biggest thing. She saw I didn't change. So even though her friends didn't like me, she still liked me enough to offset that. And her friends didn't hate me. They just didn't like me. And that's a big difference, okay? So guys, as always, this isn't everything, but these are 10 shit tests that you definitely need to be passing in 2025, okay? If you got anything out of this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.